So I've just arrived at the car park. Good news is I can see actual bluebells from here. Not even left the car yet. And there's a lot of bluebells on show, so that's the good news. The bad news is the car park's absolutely heaving again. So I can presume there's going to be lots of dog walkers, but let's get out. I've only got an hour, let's make the most of it and see what I can get. So I'm here, it's actually quite good. There's quite a lot of bluebells going around, but it's very hard to isolate them without other elements coming into the composition, just confusing the image. My chosen location just over there somewhere is actually a photographer and a model in about the bluebells, so then I can do. I'm here after them, absolutely fine. Yeah, the light in my opinion is way too harsh for what they're trying to do, but nevertheless he's got his reflector out, and I've actually got the camera positioned extremely low, and what I'm trying to do is close this gap down, just shorten the distance. Yeah, I've got no idea. How beautiful would that have been if it had just been carpeted with bluebells? But unfortunately not. I've just rattled an image off F22. I've got the polarizer on, it's making very little difference actually, but slightly taking the reflection off the leaves. I've also just covered my lens in Vaseline. It's a very old-fashioned technique, but it's one that I like. So I'll rattle one off and see what it brings. I'm not actually putting the Vaseline direct onto the lens. I've got a UV filter on that if I destroy, it makes absolutely no difference. I'm happy just to chuck it. The other good thing is, it allows me to take the filter off and back on at different points, allowing me to choose where I'm using the effect and where I'm not. Remembering what happened last time, I'm not looking forward to this. You know what? I know it's not a groundbreaking image, I can see that it will be of limited success, but I'm really attracted to that little clump of isolated bluebells. I'm going to chuck the 80 to 200mm lens on and try and isolate it. Change of plan, I actually stuck with the 24mm lens, and that was purely because I stopped and thought about what was actually attracting me to the scene. I think what was attracting me was the isolation. So by keeping the 24 and just allowing it to breathe a little bit more, giving it space, showing hopefully the viewer what actually attracted me in the first place, I think it might be more successful. I've had to move, there was just far too many dog walkers at that other spot. Every time I turned the camera on, another dog turned up. So I moved spots. I was actually heading back to the car, but just as I was walking along the path up there, I couldn't help but notice the colours that were reflecting on the water. Absolutely stunning. So I've set my tripod up in the middle of the stream and I've just rattled one off. I did rattle a a landscape and a portrait version of, but I think the scene naturally lends itself to a portrait format. Very beautiful. It's actually one of that images that I wish I could convey just now, because when you see the vibrancy of it in reality, what I'm seeing through the viewfinder, you won't actually believe it. You would think that I had enhanced the colours. It is absolutely stunning. Slightly polarised, just taking the reflection off. 80mm f/16. I'm focusing on that. I don't know if you can see them, little rocks in the foreground, and honestly, if what I'm seeing through the viewfinder translate on the screen at home, I will be more than happy. Like always, life's not perfect. There is a tree just encroaching into my image. I will remove it in Photoshop. My own rule is, if I could physically remove it, I don't want to disturb the landscape, so I'm not going to. But I could physically just go over there and pull it out. That'd be no issue. I certainly wouldn't move any trees, bridges, telegraph poles, because I couldn't physically remove them at the time. That tree that's just encroaching into the little river, the little stream, I could physically move. So I have no issue in doing that in the post-processing. But that's just my own little rule. Everybody's different. Everybody's level of what's acceptable is different. But when you see the final image, I will have removed that. It's only encroaching a tiny bit. I've done my best to remove it in camera, the best I can. But I just can't quite eliminate it. I said 1 hour. I'm now 10 minutes over. And I need to get going. Things to do. So I'm back in the car. I was only out for maybe a little over an hour, but I actually really enjoyed it. I struggled a bit for motivation because of the time of day. I knew it wasn't the best, and I think I maybe said in the last video, you're hoping for overcast conditions where the clouds are acting as a softbox, removing the harsh shadows. I think the lesson of the day is to maybe go with your gut instinct. I went there totally and utterly focused on photographing the bluebells, possibly a little bit disappointed with the amount of clutter, as I said, but persevered, tried to get something. But as I actually walked into the woods, I did spot that reflections on my right hand side. Immediately attracted to them in the river. Just the abundance of colour. But because I was so focused on YouTube videos and bluebells and rounding things out, I ignored it. Forged on with the bluebells. And well, it'll be interesting to see what I come back with messing about with the Vaseline on the lens. It'll be interesting to see. It just wasn't doing it for me. On the way back, luckily, the way the sun was still reflecting off the trees was giving me that colour in the little river, and I sneaked an extra 10 minutes to go make images. And actually, that's where I really feel that I possibly made an image that I'll be happy with. So I guess the thing is to stay loose. We talk about planning and checking maps. Maybe reacting to conditions is seen as a bit of a weakness within the landscape photography community. I don't know if it is. So please like and subscribe. Smash that little bell button so you get updated when I upload a video. And I guess I'll see you next week, guys.